Tilemap Layers is an essential feature in Godot 4. It gives you great flexibility when building tile maps. In this video, we will cover what tilemap layers are, how to create them from the Godot editor, and how to access and edit them from the code. Tilemap layers allow you to group tiles into separate layers and control each layer's properties individually. For example, you can control the visibility, color modulation, or Y sorting of each layer. This gives you much more options when building complex levels. Let's talk about how you can create layers in your tilemap through the Godot editor. Select the tilemap node from the scene tree. Open the Layers section in the Inspector panel. To add a layer, click the Add Element button, and you will see a new layer appear. Give the new layer a suitable name, representing the objects that will be in that layer. You can add as many tilemap layers as you need. Next, you need to select the active layer. Click on the Tilemap tab at the bottom of the screen. At the top of the tab, you will see a drop-down box containing a list of all the layers you have created. Select the layer you want to edit. Once the layer you want to modify is selected, click on the tile you want to draw, and start adding tiles to your scene. When you are done painting this layer, move on to the next one, until all your layers are completed. If you already have tiles on the map, you will notice the main scene view will focus on the layer you selected. All other layers in the tilemap will be somewhat transparent, so the current layer is emphasized. The final step in this process is to fine-tune each layer's properties. This step is not mandatory, but it is useful when you want to apply changes to a specific layer. Go back to the Layers section in the Inspector panel, and modify the properties of each layer. You can change the modulation color of a layer, modify the z-index property, or play with the layer's Y sorting. In some cases, you might need to access the tilemap layers from code. Accessing the inner structures and data of a tilemap may be very useful in some situations. For example, when you want to create tilemaps dynamically at runtime, import prepackaged tilemaps, or change the properties of layers during the game. So how do you access and edit tilemap layers from code? Let's take a look. Godot provides a set of methods you can use to access tilemaps through the code. Here you see the most common methods you can use for creating, removing, reading and writing information to the layers. There are many more tilemap methods which you can use. I have listed only the most basic ones. If you want something more advanced, you can check out the official Godot documentation. Let's look at a small example. In my game, I already have 3 layers: platforms, walls, and decorations. I want to add another layer named foreground, and then print the names of all the layers in my tilemap. First, I am implementing a method called pushNewLayer, which will add a new layer to the end of the tilemap layer list. This method accepts the name and z-index of the new layer. Passing -1 as the layer index tells the code to reference the end of the list, so you don't have to actually know how many layers are there. Next, I'm creating a method that prints all existing layer names. I am using the getLayersCount method to find out the current number of layers in the list, and then call the getLayerName method for each index. It is important to define constants and give them meaningful names, so you don't have random magic numbers in the code. The last step is to use the new methods to create the new foreground layer, and print the names of all tilemap layers. I am doing this from the ready method. And here you can see the result of the print. The foreground layer was indeed added to the end of the list. If this tutorial was helpful, please hit the like button, and subscribe for more tutorials like this.